out of town, stay in our hotels, they eat in our restaurants, they rent cars or they walk, or, we shuttle our athletes to the race. So, yeah, we're not going to be wreaking havoc on your town.
Oh, man.
We're being good.
I hope so. I hope not.
Talk a little bit about hopes and expectations for the race and expectations for the future for San Luis Obispo in this marathon.
Yeah, you bet. So we capped our half at 2,000, and it sold out, and our full at 800, and it sold out, and our 5K at 800, and it's almost sold out. So that's the first year, 3,600 athletes between our three races, and we anticipate next year, when we have actually more time to market this, and we have really opportunities to work some nice national promotions, that we will be triple the size next year.
Now, where's the start?
Slow High.
At Slow High, and then where is the
finish?
How's it going to go? Yeah, exactly. How's it going to go?
So we start at Slow High, and we go out California, and then down Monterey into the downtown area, and we go to past the Fremont to the Mission, and then we take a sharp left on Choro at the Mission, and then on to South Higuera, do a little bit of a South Higuera jog down to the Marsh Street Exchange, and then do a sharp left onto Marsh, and then come back, and it does a little jig jog, Napomo to Buchan. They go up Buchan and then to Mitchell Park. That's the first aid station. Great spectator viewing there. And then to Santa Rosa. And then Santa Rosa, right turn on Marsh again until they hit Johnson. And then we take them out Johnson and then basically past where they started, Slow High School area, and then out Orchid all the way into the Edna Valley.
Okay, yes, because I did see some signs up on the freeway talking about, was it Price Canyon, part of Price Canyon closed or something?
Right,
yeah.
Well, the marathoners go all the way out into the Edna Valley and do an entire loop lollipop of the Edna Valley. So there is going to be some road closures out there, and there's going to be some single-lane traffic. And we have a professional traffic company doing all that for us, but it's going to be great.
I'm sorry, you lost me at lollipop. What was that?
Lollipop. We're not serving lollipops out
there. Oh, man.
For those of you just tuning in, you're listening to Samantha Pruitt, director of the first inaugural Slow Marathon happening here on April 22nd. She was just describing the course to us. I know you must have a pulse on some of these marathons that are going on around the world and especially in this country. What gave you the sense that the pulse was ready here in Slow, being a little bit smaller town, only 40,000 people? A lot of these things we see are in those big cities. How do we know that the pulse was ready here and seemingly going to put on an awesome race?
Right. So we're not trying to compete with the big city races. They produce something that we don't. That's not really what we're looking for. So we're really about showcasing the slow life, and our expo is entitled the Slow Life Expo. So the best of what the Central Coast has to offer. So creating more of a destination race, and we actually anticipate this will be a top 10 destination race within about 3 years. And it's just going to have a whole other vibe to it, where people come, they stay 3 and 4 days, they vacation, they hang out, and they really get to see what this town has to offer. And don't worry, we won't crowd the streets beyond your expectations, Paul. But, driving money, tourism dollars into our hotels and restaurants is always a good thing, and that's part of what we're trying to create, too. And the city of San Luis Obispo has been very good to us.
Hey, how awesome would it be if next year's race, I don't know how this year's is going to go. Like I said, if you did it, or like you said, if you did a good job, you won't be busy at all.
Right.
What if you put like a kids sprint race on Monterey Street? That would be awesome. I would totally go watch that.
Oh, there you go.
Like a 400-meter sprint race up Monterey for little kids. That'd be awesome.
Seems to be pretty obvious why Paul was not in charge of putting together this race.
Yes.
Well, I just want to try to enter that 400-meter kids race and try to win something, man.
Oh, I see. I
want to get in on the
You're
action.
You're going to compete with a 12-year-old?
Compete with them. I won't compete against them.
It's an age group
with
thing.
them, this ain't a relay.
Well, once again, Paul trying to bow out of the half marathon next year. He's just not interested in the competition.
We have a 5K.
I'm not bowing out. I'm avoiding it like the plague. There's a difference.
Okay, I'll see you in the beer garden.
Yeah, there you go. I don't drink. I'm terrible.
Hey,
Okay.
maybe the last thing here. I know you got to be busy this week,
Yes.
coming down to the end. But any sense on what we're looking at as far as maybe first-time racers, the percentage of first-time racers, people never competed in a marathon or a half marathon versus people who've done a bunch of these versus the elite athletes that might be here? What can we be looking for as fans out there coming to watch and support the race?
I think actually it's a huge viewing opportunity for sports fans because this course has never been run by anybody ever. So it's a first-time course. It is a USA Track and Field sanctioned event and certified event, so it has a lot of specs that are going to draw the high-caliber athlete. And we're going to get a pretty aggressive field that are looking to prove themselves on a new course, and it is a challenging course, so that's appealing too. We're estimating that the first-place male will win somewhere around 2 hours and 30 minutes, and the first-place female will be somewhere around 3 hours. But
what
who that's
did
going to
Boston
be,
come in this
we'll
year?
see.
What did Boston come in here for the males and the females on Monday? Do you remember what those times were?
I don't, but we had a local guy from Los Olivos that he was the third place American at 2:33.
2:33, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fast,
Just
fast,
mind-boggling.
Oh,
Mind-boggling.
Flat out flying in that heat.
Yes.
Tremendous amount of heat out there. Well, hey, thanks for coming into the studio today. Really fantastic to have you. I know you've been a kind of a rock for Living the Run. Ryan, I know, appreciated you very much as a frequent guest, and thanks so much.
I love this show.
Thanks for so much for putting this show, coming on to the show with us, and then putting on this slow marathon. I think we can find more information. Fans that want to come to this can look at slowmarathon.com.
That's right.
And then I think for next year, if they want to participate, they better make sure that they get in early, right? Because this thing sounded like it sold out pretty darn quick.
It did. We had a big waiting list, and we really appreciate all the support. And we want to give a big shout out to all our locals who have supported us. We have 500 volunteers, and those are locals. So thanks, guys.
Fantastic. So thank you, Samantha Pruitt. Again, you can find us on slowmarathon.com. You were listening to Living the Run on ESPN 1280. The Ticket. We will be right back with two sisters to talk a little bit about training and elite running just in a few moments.
You're listening to Living the Run on ESPN Radio 1280 The Ticket. We're back with Living the Run.
We are back on Living the Run. I'm your new host, Rex Stevens, alongside former Olympian Paul Terek. You can find us on livingtherun.com and Facebook and twitter.com. Again, a special thanks to Ryan Ferran for starting this show, Living the Run. Everything about health and fitness. I want to do a quick little segment, Paul, on just something I say is simply phenomenal. You know, there's a guy that just ran the Boston Marathon, 84 years old, oldest guy, Keith Wood. Went in going at about 10-minute pace, went about 4.5 hours on this race. Paul, the guy started running marathons at 71 years old. If he can go at 71, Paul, you can start yours next year, April 22nd, whatever it will be, slow marathon.
We'll see. How's that sound? We'll see.
Simply phenomenal. Keith Wood, 83 years old, running a 4:30. I love it.
Trying to guilt trip me into this. Like the 80-year-old guy was doing it. Why can't you do it?
Well, I must say we're grateful to be joined by two special guests. I'm telling you, this room reeks of athleticism, and it is not me. I'm sitting, I should say, next to two phenomenal athletes, Tara Kulikov, training lots of new timers for this half and slow marathon coming up. She's an acupuncturist and elite trainer, elite fitness guru herself, alongside her sister, Nicole Kulikov, or should we say Hagobian, right? That's for you, Todd. And two phenomenal runners. Nicole has been in the Olympic trials 3 times, has run a marathon of 2 hours and 40 minutes. This is elite stuff. Thanks for coming in, girls.
Thanks for having us.
Fantastic. Well, Tara, let's start with you. First thing is I want an update on those folks over from Collaboration. I know Michael Gunther and his group, you've been training them, a lot of first-timers over there in the half marathon. How they doing?
All I remember was day one they came out and all they had to do was a 2-mile run. And let me just say, that was a scary 2 miles for them. A couple weeks back, they threw down 11, 12 miles. They're doing the half marathon like it was nothing. So I am so proud of them. I can't say more.
Awesome.
What can we expect to see out of some of your first timers? Because I'm going to be honest, first timers at anything are the best, and my favorites in any long race are there's the tortoise and the hare. Everyone thinks they're a hare. You're not that fast. Don't go that fast. And I love seeing that. So is that like the one thing you've told them?
That's what happens. They come out and they're like, oh, I mean, I can't run. I run like a 14-minute mile pace. I'm like, do you know what 14-minute mile? Like that's a slow walk.
Yeah.
And here they are getting down at a 9-minute mile pace. So they have a lot of room for growth, and they're growing. With a really well-structured training program.
Well, certainly this week before the half marathon and the marathon, there must be certain advice that you're giving to these these newbies of the race world, and what might that be coming in? What are the classic mistakes that maybe some of them might make, and how are you trying to ward those off?
Oh, most definitely. So we just finished up our third seminar that we offer through Pinnacle Training Systems, and it was race day preparation this past Saturday. So simple things like, please do not go buy new shoes the day before the race.
Oh, no, you should always change your routine right before something
Yes,
big.
don't change your diet. Don't change your running shorts. Don't change your running watch. So simple things like that to more advanced things like get their strategics down. Know what time the race starts.